Hi there, I hope you're all doing well. This week I dived back into Gridrunner, this time with Dora Flare. She was primed in black and it started with the base coat of the darker parts of her clothing with smoke black. I'm going to stick fairly close to the artwork on this one with just a few changes to make the painting a bit easier and faster. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below. You could also join Discord using the link in the description where you can share anything you have been hobbying on or just hang out and chat. I hope you enjoy the video and find it useful. Getting in the mid-tone now, I'll grab some ash grey and brought up the majority of the dark clothing, just leaving that smoke black in the recesses and the shadowed parts. Finishing off the dark parts and starting to base coat the lighter parts of the clothing, I mixed reddish grey into ash grey. For the darker parts, this is just an edge highlight across the tops of the folds and a couple of the flat areas facing upwards. On the lighter parts of the clothing, this is a couple of coats to fully cover that black primer. After the base coat is dry, I came back in with some pure reddish grey and covered the majority again. I want these parts to appear a lot brighter than the darker parts, so I only really left the base coat in the deeper shadows facing downwards. Starting to push up the brighter parts now that will be in the light, I mixed in some warm grey and gave them a scratchy highlight. Finishing off and pushing the brightness a little bit further, I used some warm grey to give the edges and the tops of the folds a quick scratchy highlight. With all of the clothing now finished, I'm moving to the skin, starting off with a few coats of sunny skin tone. Covering up a lot of that sunny skin tone, I went around again with some skin tone mixed into it. I only leave the pure sunny skin tone in the shadows under the chin and her hands. Giving the skin a final touch up, I use some skin tone on the areas facing upwards towards the light. Now I've finished the skin, I can get the hair started with a base coat of leather brown. I notice there's a few leather straps around her, so these and the sword tail get base coated as well at this point. Since these areas are so small, I only had a couple of highlights instead of doing a mid-tone on them. These highlights are done by mixing in some sunny skin tone and going around the edges of the leather and the sculpted strands of the hair. The second highlight is just a smaller one around some of the edges in the light and the top of her hair. Getting some colour onto her armour, I started off with a base coat of Dread Red. This is for all of the hard armour panels that she has around her. This goes over in a couple of coats to get a nice smooth finish. To keep things simple on my palette, I started adding highlights to the armour by mixing some sunny skin tone into that Dread Red. The first highlight was just to bring up all of the panels facing upwards, leaving the areas facing downwards darker. The final touch-up highlight on the red is some more sunny skin tone mixed in just around the tops of the panels, making those edges stand out that little bit extra. Getting the base started now, I gave it a once over with British Khaki. She standed on something that's some part of the sculpt, but I have no idea what it actually is. So at this point I just started painting it the same as the base. The sand texture is then finished off with a pretty heavy dry brush of British Khaki and sunny skin tone mixed together. Now onto metallics, starting off with plate mail metal across the majority of the metal parts. I'll just leave the elbow pads and the grenade type things on her leg. The remaining metal parts get a once over with tinny tin. At this point I decided the thing on her base should look different from the actual sand, so I gave it a base coat with this as well. I don't want to leave the metallics as a single layer, so to start highlighting the tinny tin I grabbed top brass, which is supposed to be a different metal, but it comes out as just a lighter version of tinny tin. Doesn't it work perfectly around the edges of these parts? I can't leave the silver as is after highlighting the tin, so to bring up these parts I went around with mithril blade just across the edges as well. Finishing off the mini, I gave her a thin down wash of light tone. I grabbed the majority of her, it's just her cloak I hold off on. For this, I only washed the parts facing downwards. And that will be it for Dora Flare. Now everything is dry, I'm not sure about this one. Most of her is fine, but the cape seems a bit off to me. I think I might have to do something with that before I use her in a game. Although also looking at the sculpt now, I think painting her in a cyberpunk style might work better, and changing the base to more flat metallic sort of thing. That is the perks of 3D printing though. I could just make another one and try again without having to mess up an already painted model. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below. You could also join Discord, use the link in the description, where you can share anything you have been hobbying on, or just hang out and chat. For those of you who want to pick up some painting supplies or some new minis, there are a couple of affiliate links in the description below. I hope you enjoyed the video and found it useful. If you did, don't forget to drop it a like and subscribe for more content. Most importantly though, be kind to each other.